The world's greatest comic magazine, Fantastic Four. The return of Doctor Doom, the world's most amazing supervillain. Special surprise guest star, Ant-Man. Visit the mysterious micro-world of Doctor Doom. The micro-world of Doctor Doom, with special guest star, the amazing Ant-Man. 22 pulse-pounding pages. The world's most dangerous supervillain. Meet Ant-Man in this issue. Script, Stan Lee. Art, Jack Kirby. Inking, Dick Ayers. Lettering, Art Simek. Atop a neighborhood building in New York City, an amateur astronomer excitedly shouts, "I'll be famous! I've discovered a new blazing comet!" Not far away, in the operating room of a large hospital. What a lucky coincidence! That blazing streak in the sky gave us enough light to complete our surgery when the power failed. But what on earth can it be? And in the same neighborhood, a daring midnight robbery is foiled as the sky is illuminated by a blinding streak of light. What happened? Where'd that light come from? They got the goods on us. Don't make a move. We've got you dead to rights. Like a fiery meteor, the cause of what we have just seen blazes through the sky at almost unimaginable speed. Once again, the Human Torch is flaming overhead. Something's wrong at headquarters. Nobody answered my signal. Gotta get there pronto. But what could have happened? There's not a power on Earth that can put the Fantastic Four out of action. Or... oh, is there? Reed! Ben! Sue! Where are ya? Flaming fireballs. There's not a sign of life. Is anybody here? Speak up! What's going on? And then, suddenly, the Torch hears a thin, faint voice, and as he looks down, "Here, Johnny! Down here!" No. No. It can't be. You've all been reduced to the size of toys. Don't just stand there, hothead! Grab us, before we're pulled into that air duct. Hurry, Johnny. Can't hold on much longer. There. That'll fix it. My flame welded the duct shut. Thank heavens. Hey, you're growing back to normal size again. Let me in on it. What's the pitch? I don't know, kid. It's some power beyond our control. Well, big brain, start doping it out. You're supposed to be the mental giant of this combo. Now I got some news for you. This ain't the first time this happened to me. I shrunk down a few days ago, but I didn't tell any of you because it seemed too nutty. I figured no one would believe me. It happened to me too, and I said nothing for the same reason. Well, I've got a confession to make also. This is incredible. It's happened to all of us before, separately, but none of us could really believe our senses, and... wait, what's that laughter? Ha! You fools. You are helpless as putty before my power. This is only the beginning of what I have in store for you. Who said that? Come out and show yourself and I'll tear you apart. It's impossible. There's no one here. Reed, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Afraid so, little chum. We're in for big trouble. Now let's start comparing notes. Let me tell you what happened the time when I first shrunk like you all just did. I was in the garage, finishing up a little customizing job. I can remember exactly how it happened. Boy, next to flaming on, this is the most fun a guy can have without laughing. Suddenly, without any warning, I shrunk down to the size you were there a minute ago. I couldn't believe it. But there I was, falling towards the deadly fan belt. It is impossible. I must be dreaming. The only thing I could think of was the one thing I always do when I'm in a jam. Flame on! That did it. I returned to normal size soon as my flame went on. Okay. We get the idea. Now let me tell you about the time I shrunk down. It was even worse. Worse? It should have been better. If there was less of you around, it would be an improvement. Button up, kid. Let's hear Ben's story. I was minding my own business in the gym, fooling around with the 3-ton weight. This is kid stuff. I'm gonna get me some heavy weights. When all of a sudden, I shrunk down to pint size, and powie. Hey! What the? I got so embarrassed, I hid in Reed's guinea pig cage until I could figure out what was going on. Relax, Charlie. I don't want to take your blame, beetle nut. I just want to hang around here till I wake up or something. Next thing I knew, I was normal size again. But I figured I must have imagined the whole thing, so I never mentioned it. My experience really was very similar, Ben. Tell us about it, Sue. Well, it was the other day, when I was guest starred on Molly Margaret McSnide's interview show. Molly Margaret had just finished asking me to name my favorite member of the Fantastic Four. That's like asking a parent to name her favorite child. And then it happened. Right in the middle of a breath. I shrunk down to a mere few inches in size. It was mortifying. Holy smoke! She must have turned invisible. Goodness gracious! What will the sponsor say? I was so tiny that I couldn't make myself seen or heard above the din. It was an uncanny, terrifying experience. They don't know I'm down here. They must think I've simply turned invisible. Then, without warning, I became normal-sized again, after everyone had left the studio. I'd better tell how it happened to me also. It sounds like we're playing Can You Top This? Let's hear it, Reed. It was just 2 days ago. I was cruising over the city, experimenting with a new power drive for the Fantasticar. Everything's working smooth as silk so far. And then, totally without warning, it happened to me also. I became too small to adequately control the car's sensitive mechanism. Gotta do something. Fast. Can't crash in the city. Whether it was luck or fate, or what, I don't know. But I managed to avoid a power dive and pulled her nose up just in time. Oh, that was close. You know, there's one person who might be able to figure out the explanation for all this. The astonishing Ant-Man. We haven't any idea how to contact him, Reed. We can't even be sure he really exists. Ant-Man Schmant-Man. Since when do we need help? Since right now, big fella. There's more to this than we can cope with. Unseen by the Fantastic Four, a tiny soldier ant had picked up Reed Richards' mention of the name Ant-Man, and was even now relaying that information across town. Calling Ant-Man. Calling. Ant-Man. Calling Ant-Man. Calling Ant-Man. From ant to ant, the urgent message was repeated via the secret communication network known only to Ant-Man. Until, in a hidden lab, crowded with highly specialized cybernetic equipment, a handsome, grim-faced, helmeted man receives the message. It's the Fantastic Four. They need my help. Editor's note. Meet the Wasp, Ant-Man's new partner in peril, starting with issue number 44 of Tales to Astonish. Ant-Man, what is it? A new case? I don't know yet, Wasp. Remain here and wait for word from me. I've got to become ant-size now, and visit the Fantastic Four. Releasing one of his astonishing shrinking gas pellets, the Ant-Man instantly dwindles down to the size by which he is known to the world. Then, entering his high-powered miniature rocket launcher, he is ready to journey across town as only he can. I've set the control to land me in the area of the Fantastic Four's headquarters, and I've alerted 2 black flying ants who are nearby. So here goes. Next stop, the Fantastic Four. Ah, you never fail me, do you, my little beauties? Riding the 2 flying ants like a Roman chariot, the astonishing costumed figure enters an open window, noiselessly. Hey Thing, suppose you ask information for Ant-Man's phone number. Maybe she'll give it to you. You got rocks in your head, Sonny? Here, you try it if you wanna. No need to phone, Thing. I'm here. Well, brush my teeth and call me Smiley. It's him. The son of a gun is really here. But how? Boy, even elevator shoes wouldn't help him. It's hard to hear you, Ant-Man. Let me place this crystal magnifying amplifier over you. Now that's better. I like to see who I'm talking to. Suppose you tell me your problem now. I assume it concerns shrinking in size, or you wouldn't have needed me. Minutes later. And that's the story, Ant-Man. Someone, some power we don't understand, seems able to make us shrink and grow at will. We need a method to find whoever is responsible. I might be able to develop a shrinking serum myself, but it would take time. I see. I have a solution here which I will give you. It consists of 2 drops of fluid. When exposed to air, they turn into gas. 1 drop for reducing, 1 drop for growing. With the aid of a high-powered microscope, Mr. Fantastic takes the precious fluid in a small dropper. Now we'll have a chance to regain our normal sizes quickly if we should happen to shrink again. I'll try to learn what I can in my own way, back at my lab. So until we meet again, I've got to leave you. Guard those 2 drops carefully. They may soon save your lives. A disturbing thought just occurred to me. I wonder if he could be the one... Oh no, Reed. He's much too cute. I'll bet if he were normal-sized. Aw, knock it off, Sue. It was bad enough to have you mooning over the Submariner for months. The next day, at the apartment of Ben Grimm's blind friend, Alicia. Hello, Alicia, dear. Ben, I've been looking for you. I've got something. Can it wait, pal? I'm helping Alicia with her spring cleaning. I don't think you'll want to wait with this. I've been working on a new serum to make you revert to your normal form again, and I want to try out the first phase of it. I'm sick and tired of being a guinea pig for you and your experiments. I ain't gonna waste any more... Hey! Stop! Cut it out! Ugh. It tastes like dishwater. Can't you even use some chocolate flavor or something? Never mind the taste, old friend. Let's watch the results. Hey! It started to burn. I feel like I'm choking. What did you do? Poison me? No, you big ape. That means it's working. Wait till you see yourself, Ben. It won't last, because this is just a preliminary formula. But it means I'm on the right track. I don't feel like the thing anymore. Look out! Can't hold the piano up anymore! Gangway! It's my fault, Ben. I should have reminded you to put it down before I gave you the formula. But I was so anxious. Oh, Ben! My darling! Are you hurt? Why do you feel so different? I love you so that I don't want you to change. I don't ever want anything to change you. It's alright, Sue, baby. I'm okay. And nothing's ever gonna change for us. You can count on that, honey. Look, Reed. I appreciate what you're trying to do for me. But nothing makes sense. I love Alicia. And she loves me best as the thing. So why don't you forget about trying to change me back, and work on some way to make her see again instead? Perhaps you're right, Ben. Wait. Listen. What's that? Flee for your lives! Beware of Dr. Doom! He's trying to... Oh! Help! A strange girl's voice. But... from so far away. So faint. And now, as the web of fate begins to tighten around our colorful characters, let us switch our scene to a teenage picnic, where we find... Do some tricks for us, Johnny. Please? Yeah, come on, Torchy. Show us what you can do. Well, shyness was never one of my big faults. Here, I'll show you how to get those weenies grilled in record time. How's this? Wowee! And here's a little stunt I plan to perform at the next big game. Go Glenville High. Ever see a fella twirl flaming lassos? Watch. Flame on! And here's a little demonstration in... Hey, what's that voice? Flee for your life! Beware of Dr. Doom! And back at the headquarters of the Fantastic Four. The only ones who can find me when I become invisible are dogs, because of their sense of smell. But sooner or later, I'll find a spray which will deaden a dog's scent and make it impossible to trace me. I've just sprayed a new scent on myself. Now to see how it works. Oh, for goodness sake. It's no better than all the others. You knew I was here the moment I entered, didn't you? Well, I'll just have to keep trying. I love playing with all these perfumes anyway. Flee for your life! Beware of Dr. Doom! What can that be? A girl's voice? But... who? We arrived just in time. And I'm the thing again. You and your blasted dishwater drinks. Oh, Sue. We didn't know you were here. Did you hear that voice? Yes. In fact, it shocked me back to visibility. Look, Mastermind. We've been hearing voices for days. Ain't it time for us to do something? Ben's right. Here's what we know so far. Someone has been causing us to shrink in size, then return to normal. Then, some mysterious girl has been warning us of Dr. Doom. It doesn't make any sense. Unless, by some miracle, he is still alive. Ah, how could he be? Only one way to find out. The last we saw of Dr. Doom, he was shrinking into nothingness. Well, we're going after him. I've portioned the Ant-Man's formula into 4 units. So let's go. That's what I like. Action. Note: the complete story of the Fantastic Four's last encounter with Doctor Doom was told in Fantastic Four number 10. So fast does the colorful quartet begin to shrink, that it seems as though they are plunging into the vortex of a madly spinning whirlpool. We're shrinking too fast. Quick, take the enlarging formula to slow it down. Gotcha, boss man. And finally, the spinning slows down, the vertigo stops, and the world seems to take shape around them. We're in some sort of micro-world, a world which might fit on the head of a pin. Indeed you are, my dear. You are in the micro-world of Doctor Doom. What have I gotten the three of you into? You were right. He is alive. Your arrival here is not unexpected. I've been waiting for you to show up. Yeah? Well, now that we're here, I'm gonna finish a job I started a long time ago. A job I should have finished then. Bah! You are brainless as ever. Did you think to find me unprepared? Holy cow! Now what? His throne. It's the control center for a bank of electronic weapons. He just activated one of them. It's another shrinking ray. Here we go again. Seconds later. And now, my helpless friends. Do you still intend to impetuously pit your puny powers against my own? But before I decide to dispose of you, I shall tell you a little story. I suspect you will find it interesting. It is the story of how I came here, and how I became ruler of this world. You will recall that I last took leave of you in a rather abrupt way, when I was struck by the shrinking ray I had intended to destroy you with. It was then that I began my descent into this micro-world, even as you just did. Reaching here, I found myself in a peaceful, primitive, happy world. It was enough to make my blood boil. The fools, they live in peace. They are contented and happy. But I'll soon put a stop to that. The king and Princess Perla were kindly trusting souls. I made a simple telescope for them, and in return, I gained their unsuspecting trust and confidence. Our new friend is truly a wizard. I shall make him personal scientist to the crown. As court scientist, I was able to supervise all sorts of construction for myself, making weapons and devices undreamed of in that world, or in yours. Good. Following my instructions, you have forged a molecular ray apparatus, even though an oaf like you doesn't comprehend the meaning of the words. My new ray had only one purpose: to affect the size of living beings. The first two to sample its power were the king and Princess Perla. From this moment on, I am ruler of this world, or else I shall shrink you to absolute nothingness. Next, I created a device enabling me to send my voice and my ray through the infinite, to reach you in the world above. I played with you as a cat plays with a mouse. But now the game has ended. You have lost, and you shall pay the penalty. Seize them. The tall one, the leader first. Where did he go? Looking for me, friend? I'm right here. Oh! They are merely pygmies. We'll crush them like... yeah! Even with my strength reduced 10 times, I'm still stronger than you, Buster. Do you get the message? Can't let Ben and Reed have all the fun. Now it's my turn. Didn't expect my flame to weld your iron boots to the floor, did you? All of Doctor Doom's power comes from that metal control box. If I can just reach it. I failed. An alarm is flashing. The box is designed to actually protect itself. It's an electronic security power source. Might as well turn visible again. He's got me. Here she is, my helpless foes. The ex-Invisible Girl. Try to save her now. We're just gonna do that little thing, you walking hunk of junk. Really? It might prove somewhat difficult to save anyone when you yourselves are asleep, as you shall be in 2 seconds, thanks to my little sleep-inducing mist. For you see, Richards, great a scientist as you may be, I, Doctor Doom, am by far the greater. Long minutes later, the Fantastic Four regain consciousness to find themselves imprisoned in a dank dungeon, together with the captive king and Princess Perla. Have to wake up. Have to think. Doctor Doom must be defeated. For if we fail, what power on Earth, or on this world, can stop him? Looks like we're really licked this time, Reed. The odds are all in Doom's favor. You four are from the same world as Doctor Doom? The Tyrant? Yeah, Your Majesty. But we ain't bragging about it. As long as Doom's twisted mind keeps thinking he can outsmart us, we still have a chance. First thing to do is break out of here. We seem to be in an underwater dungeon. We could use the Submariner at a time like this. No, Mr. Fantastic. That is not water out there. It is deadly acid. It is just another diabolical jest of Doctor Doom's. Those are not living fish out there. They are, in reality, metallic mechanical spies with which he watches everything we do and hears whatever we say. Don't you worry, Princess. We'll still manage to come out of this okay. Oh, that flame. It's so frightening. Heck, I wouldn't scare a living doll like you. Flame off. When things look the most hopeless for us, that's when our enemies better run for the hills, chick. As for me, the Human Torch is gonna see to it that nobody hurts one little fingernail of that dainty little hand. Oh. Come on, Squirt. Leave the speeches for Tony Curtis. We got work to do. Let go, you big ox. Haven't you any romance in your soul? Wait a minute. It must have been your voice we heard, trying to warn us. It was. I knew he was trying to lure you here, so I used his ray machine a few times when he wasn't there. Doctor Doom wants me to marry him, but I despise him. That is why I am his prisoner too. He plans to betray this entire world if I refuse him. Even now, he is contacting the planet Talk. He has offered Talk a reward for joining him. You four are to be their reward, as slaves. Even now, the Talk ship must be landing. The terrible warriors of Talk are feared throughout our universe. They are huge and powerful, coming from a heavy planet with gravity a dozen times stronger than ours. And they are coming for you. The lizard men of Talk will make you serve them as long as you live. They'll use Mr. Fantastic as a Bailey bridge during their invasions. As for the Thing, they'll employ his great strength in their diamond mines, making him dig and burrow for them until he drops. and the Torch will be forced to help the Lizard Men of Talk attack their victims by the use of his flaming powers. Even the Invisible Girl will be pressed into service, spending the rest of her days as a scullery maid, a drudge for the merciless Lizard Men. And there is nothing you could do to save yourselves. It's too late. Too late for us all. Save your tears, Perla. Dr. Doom hasn't beaten us yet. And he never will, if I ever get my mitts on him. Meanwhile, in a world above, Ant-Man returns to the Fantastic Four's lab to find... bits of glass from my reducing serum vial. They must have shrunk to almost nothingness right at this spot. And for me, the only thing to do is... follow them. Seconds later, Ant-Man lands in the micro-world, where he finds himself the same size as Dr. Doom's deadly guards. An intruder! Seize him! Uh-oh. Trouble. We need reinforcements! His strength is... too much! Help is coming! Hold on! Ah! More guards! Coming from every direction. Can't fight them all. And then, before he can attempt to enlist the aid of any insects who might be in the micro world, a brutal fist lashes out. And... there! Now take him to Dr. Doom. Ah, another defeated intruder from the larger world above, eh? Good. Good. The Lizard Men of Talk will pay me well for such healthy specimens. They will be arriving very soon now. Meanwhile, I still wish you'd let me poke a hole through that wall, Reed. Impossible, Ben. If those acid waters rush in, we're finished. Reed, I have an idea. The walls themselves can resist the acid, or else it would have already burned through them. What's that got to do with getting us out of here? Hold it, Ben. I know what Sue is thinking of. It just might work. And minutes later, the Fantastic Four take a last desperate gamble. That's it, Ben. Just rip off enough of the inner wall. Don't let any acid pour through. Hurry, Torch. We've got to have this finished before we're discovered. I'll have it welded together in no time. Ha! This is kid stuff. Finally. Just in time. Even though the deadly fluid is pouring into our former cell, we're safe in this acid-resistant little capsule. In order to reach the surface, we need air in the ballast bag. But how? Just stand back, pal, while I take a deep breath, and I'll show ya. And as the makeshift capsule slowly rises to the surface, the torch shoots out flaming light rays which temporarily blind the scanner fish. We've done it. Now for Dr. Doom. And what of Dr. Doom? At that very moment. Doom, you're a madman. You can't barter with human lives this way. Silence! I must watch for the Talk ship. Soon the Lizard Men will arrive, and I must greet them royally. But a second later... What? Someone, or something, which I cannot see, is undoing my bonds. And within the stronghold of Dr. Doom... Hurry! We've already stood in front of Doom's enlarging ray. Now it's your turn. Hey! Someone should have warned me. This thing tickles. Now let's get a little action around here. Flame on! We're just in time. I see a ship approaching. It must be the Talk invaders. Stand back, pal. That ship is coming in like a speedball, and I ain't had any batting practice today. First, I'll just grab this little control tower. Next, I'll take a few practice swings. And now, home run! They'll never come back here again. Hearing the sound of the tremendous impact outside, the Ant-Man's guards relax their vigil for a second, a move which is their undoing. I was hoping I'd get a chance to try this again. Stop him! Stop him! Stand aside, you fools! I'll finish him off. Once and for all. Not with that gun, you won't. What? A disembodied voice. It can only mean one thing. The invisible girl is free. I've gotta flee to safety. Through this trapdoor. If the invisible girl is free, then all of the Fantastic Four must be free too. But by the time they figure out where to find me, I'll be gone. I'll be waiting for them, back on the surface of our own world. I'll give them a reception they'll never forget. With Dr. Doom gone, all the fight goes out of his guards. And so, I'll release my flaming fence from around you guys. I figure you've had enough. I'll keep this last batch tied up till you get them to His Majesty. And stop clowning. Use both hands. Relax, Rubberhead. If I drop you, you'll only bounce. You have saved my kingdom. You have driven Dr. Doom back to his own world. How can I ever repay you? No need for that, Your Majesty. Simply permit us to use your enlarging ray, so that we can go after Dr. Doom. Wish granted. You are the most fascinating man I have ever met. Must you go too? Perhaps if you remained here. I can't leave my parts, Perla. But maybe someday I'll be back. Knock off the mush stuff, hothead. We still haven't caught Dr. Doom, remember? And so, stepping in front of the enlarging rays, as they prepare to return to their own world, the Fantastic Four and Ant-Man bid farewell to the dwellers of the micro world, as they again take up the hunt for Dr. Doom, the most dangerous man on Earth. But that's a tale for next issue. The end. Fantastic Four feature page. Spotlight on Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Many readers have asked, how far can I stretch? Actually, I have never tested the full limit, as it can be somewhat painful. The pain increases in direct proportion to the length I stretch. Any of my limbs can extend for about 500 yards with comparative ease, but beyond that point, it becomes difficult and painful. Remember, the further my body stretches, the weaker my muscles become, so I cannot exert as much force stretched to a great distance as I can extending for a shorter distance. Special costume composed of unstable molecules which can stretch and contract as body does. The shapes into which I can mold my pliable body are virtually limitless. I can shape myself into almost anything, from a spare auto tire to a delicate life-saving parachute. These shapes can be assumed with the speed of thought, but only because I have spent long hours practicing and developing my agility. Due to the extreme flexibility and elasticity of my molecular structure, I can absorb the impact of any type of shell, except an atomic missile, without suffering any physical harm. Naturally, however, this can be tremendously exhausting, and leave me in a weakened condition for hours. Although Mr. Fantastic's physical ability is something to marvel at, it is his awesome intelligence and scientific ability which make him the leader of the Fantastic Four. We shall discuss these striking qualities in a future issue.